We were in Lisbon. A quiet rental tucked into the hills, all cobblestone silence and ocean wind. The kind of place couples retreat to when they're trying to remember who they used to be. After dinner, we lay in bed, a bottle of wine between us, the windows open to the cool Atlantic breeze. I remember the hum of street lamps outside and the faint music drifting up from somewhere below. Everything looked and felt normal, like one of those evenings where nothing seems out of place, but something was shifting beneath the surface. Elias turned to me, eyes soft, but unreadable. "Can I say something weird?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. I laughed gently. "You always say weird things." But he didn't smile. He kept his gaze steady, like he was building up the courage to step off the edge of something. "It's a thought I can't shake," he said. "One that scares me, but also, I think I need to say it out loud." I sat up slightly, heartbeat picking up. "Go on." He stared at the ceiling and then finally said it. "I want to see you with someone else." I blinked, unsure if I'd heard right. "You mean?" "Not in theory. Actually see it. Be there. Watch." The air left my lungs. My immediate response was confusion, maybe even a flicker of hurt. Was I not enough? Was he bored? We hadn't been perfect lately, but we weren't broken either, were we? But Elias wasn't distant when he said it. He was close. Vulnerable in a way I hadn't seen in years. "I don't know why it turns me on," he admitted. "But it does. And not because I don't want you. It's the opposite. I think I want to see you through someone else's eyes." I didn't know how to respond. That night, I took a long shower, the water running cold around me as I replayed his words. It wasn't the sex part that got to me, it was the seeing. The thought of being observed, noticed, craved. The idea terrified me. And yet, there was a flicker of something I hadn't felt in a long time. Desire. We didn't bring it up again for days. He folded laundry, brewed coffee, kissed my forehead like everything was normal. But beneath the routine, something was humming. A current neither of us could ignore. A week later, I brought it up again, hesitant, quiet. "Were you serious?" I asked. He nodded without hesitation. "I haven't stopped thinking about it." I asked him if he had someone in mind. He shook his head. "It's not about a person. It's about you. Watching you come alive." That night I lay awake beside him. Elias, the man who once wrote me poems, who used to trace my spine with the gentleness of a prayer, was now asking me to open a door neither of us could close again. But part of me had been standing at that threshold long before he ever said a word. 2 years earlier at a friend's party, a stranger had touched my hand as he passed me a drink. It meant nothing, but the way it made me feel? Noticed. Desired. Real. I hadn't forgotten. So, I said yes. Not right away. But eventually. We talked. A lot. About rules, feelings, fears. He never pressured me, only listened. And when I finally created a private profile, no photos, just a few lines about what I was searching for, he read every word. It was strange. Intimate. This wasn't betrayal. It was a shared secret. A wild, delicate space between us. I ignored dozens of messages. Then came one that felt different. Respectful. Curious. No pressure. No games. We chatted for 3 days before I agreed to meet. Elias came with me. He didn't speak much, just watched from across the hotel lounge. His presence didn't frighten me, it steadied me. For the first time in years, I felt powerful in my own skin. Afterward, we barely spoke of it. He didn't interrogate. I didn't overshare. But the air between us had changed. He touched me differently that night. With hunger. With reverence. I've never felt closer to you, he said into the darkness. A month later, it happened again. Another man, different energy. I told Elias everything, what I liked, what I didn't, what surprised me. He listened, eyes soft, hands quiet in his lap. He didn't ask for details out of jealousy. He wanted to understand me. There was no revenge, no resentment. Only this quiet, unfolding intimacy. We never called it anything, no label, no category. Just ours. A sacred space where shame couldn't reach. And over time, I realized the story was never really about the others. It was about us. About peeling back years of silence. About remembering how to speak in touches and glances. About watching the person you love become whole in front of your eyes. It wasn't just lust. It was rediscovery. And when he looked at me across the room, eyes dark with feeling, I knew. I wasn't just his wife anymore. I was his desire. His undoing. His beginning, all over again.